So Nick moves to West Egg in a tiny little house, but all of his neighbors are super rich. He's got some job in New York City, but that's irrelevant. Also, his neighbor has a really big house. Nick goes to meet his cousin at dinner, but he's also low-key attracted to her. Also, Jordan Baker is there. She's a golf champion, but she cheats on all her tournaments. And Daisy has a husband named Tom that plays sports. So they have a fancy dinner outside, and Tom talks about books.
Hey, I read this book that says the whites need to band together.
My husband is very smart.
I am very uncomfortable.
Oh, a phone call for me? What a surprise.
Then Tom gets a phone call and fights with Daisy about some stuff.
I wonder what his phone call is.
Jordan spills the tea.
He is a mistress, and everybody knows it.
Then Daisy and Nick go off and talk about Daisy's kid, and Daisy says something important.
I hope she's a beautiful little fool.
That's kinda sexist, Daisy. Nick goes home and sees his neighbor doing some weird ritual or something. So Tom forced Nick to go to lunch with him, and now they're on this train. But now the train's stopping, and they're getting off in this disgusting neighborhood for poor people so Tom could see his mistress. God is watching.
Tom, when are you gonna sell me that car?
Shut up, poor man. Myrtle, you and I should be going somewhere else right now. Look at my beautiful apartment, you guys.
What a nice apartment.
I got a dog.
Nick does not want to be here at all. This seems to be a common theme in this book. So they get drunk, and at some point they fight, and then Tom does this. Not cool, Tom. So Nick got a formal invitation to his neighbor's party. It was given to him by a butler, but we don't have the budget to film that part. So Nick goes to Gatsby's party, and he hangs out with Jordan for a little bit, but then she just kinda goes away. And then he does this.
How are you enjoying the party?
Well, this Gatsby guy sounds like a real loser, am I right?
That's me, old sport.
Nick is now in love with both his cousin and his neighbor, but he's also supposed to be in love with this Jordan lady. Nice try, F. Scott. We all know Nick is an incestual gang.
We should hang out sometime, old sport. Also, I'm going to be taking Jordan for a second, but don't worry about that.
So Nick waits around for a while, and then Jordan comes back as the party ends, and she says this.
It all makes sense now!
But she doesn't tell him what that means yet.
Beep beep, old sport. We're going to lunch.
Okay.
I went to Oxford and my family is dead.
You know, I do not believe that, but also I kinda believe that.
Gatsby and Nick are at lunch in this weird speakeasy kind of deal. Tom is there too for some reason. Him and Gatsby have an awkward meeting.
Hey Tom, this is Gatsby.
Where did Gatsby go?
Jordan tells Nick about what Gatsby told her at the party.
Oh, do I have a story for you?
Gatsby and Daisy knew each other in the past, and now Nick has to invite both of them over for tea. So yeah, it turns out the only reason Gatsby is like that is because he's trying to flex for Daisy. Nick feels awkward, so he leaves and stands under a tree for a weird amount of time.
I have to run an errand.
Please don't leave me.
I am back.
Let's go to my house.
Can I stay here?
No, old sport.
Look at these shirts, old sport! Look at them!
They're so beautiful!
Nick just kind of third wheels while they slow dance. Really not a good time for Nick.
I wish it could be like this forever.
It can, old sport.
We interrupt this horribly uncomfortable situation to tell you a little bit about Gatsby's past. He was young and poor, but then he saved some old man who taught him how to be rich.
Thank you for saving me. Please enjoy all of my wealth.
They didn't get any inheritance when he died, so then he was just poor and well-behaved and unable to support his GF. She married some rich dude, Tom. So Gatsby decides it'll be a great idea to invite Tom and Daisy to one of his parties.
Wow, this party's great.
Daisy hates the party.
She hates this party.
No, she loves this party.
Daisy did not love this party. And then everyone leaves and Gatsby says,
She didn't like the party.
and then Nick says,
Well, you know what they say. You can't repeat the past.
and then Gatsby says,
Can't repeat the past. Why, of course you can.
Gatsby and Nick and Jordan get invited to a lunch at Tom and Daisy's. Not really sure why anyone thought this was a good idea, but it's happening. It's really hot out.
It's too hot. Let's go to town.
No.
I need a cigarette. You're so cool.
Let's go to town.
So they go to town, but Tom decides it's a great idea to take Gatsby's car, but it backfires and Gatsby just ends up driving alone with Daisy. Like the dummy he is, Tom decides to stop for gas at Wilson's. Why is he like this?
Whose car is this?
We need gas.
My wife is cheating on me, so I locked her in a room.
Give me gas and then I'll leave.
Okay.
So yeah, they moved that awkward lunch to a hotel room, which really did not change a whole lot.
So have you been canoodling with my wife?
Tom, please let's not talk about this right now.
Yes, she never loved you! Old sport.
Stop saying old sport.
Come on now, tell your husband he's a big loser.
Man, this is ridiculous. You're new money, which practically means you're poor. Don't sleep with my wife.
She never loved you! Old sport.
That's a lie. I kind of loved him at some point.
This did not go as planned.
You're a liar and you're doing illegal things. Ah!
Can we leave now? Like, can we go home?
Drive home with Daisy. See if I can, man.
So they leave. Gatsby and Daisy take his car, and everyone else goes in Tom's. So Myrtle fought her husband, and for some reason decides the best course of action is to run out into the street at night. Excellent thinking, Myrtle. So now Myrtle is dead, and Tom skirts into the scene just in time.
Oh no. That's my mistress. I've never seen her in my life, but I am very sad she is dead.
You ran her over in your fancy car.
I did not run her over in my fancy car.
Then who ran her over in their fancy car?
Man, it was this other dude whose car I borrowed, and his name rhymes with Gatsby.
Nice, Tom. So now Wilson thinks Gatsby was sleeping with his wife. So everyone goes back to Daisy's. Gatsby is waiting outside and just kind of watching.
Hey, was Daisy driving that car?
Daisy was driving.
So, what are you gonna do about that, buddy?
We're gonna run away, old sport.
Spoiler alert, Daisy does not want to do that.
No, you can't do that, Gatsby.
She turned off her light, old sport. I was thinking of going for a swim today. Would you like to join me?
I have things to do.
Okay.
Gatsby, you're the best. You're better than a lot of them.
This is not going to end well for Gatsby.
Oh, I'm gonna get that Gatsby.
Yeah, Gatsby's dead, and now Nick gets to find his man crush dead. Nobody came to Gatsby's funeral except Nick and his dad, and the movie version didn't even bother to have his dad come. Rough.